Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see the important topic, that is fundamentals of research and tools and techniques of data collection. In this video we are going to see the meaning of research, meaning, need and types of data collection, and different tools and techniques of data collection such as questionnaire, survey, interview, sampling, observation and scale. Now what is meant by research? Research is the systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. Now what is the need of data collection? The data collection is very important aspects in conducting a research work. Data collection is necessary in order to capture quality evidence, to improve the quality of information, to draw inferences, and to make informed decisions. The data collection will put a researcher in a position to make predictions about future probabilities and trends, and it will lead to the formulation of convincing and credible answers to the questions that have been posed, and therefore the data collection is necessary. Friends, already I have prepared a video on this aspect of data collection. Now the meaning of data collection. Data collection is a methodical process of gathering and analyzing specific information to find solutions to relevant questions and to evaluate the results. Now what are the kinds of data collection? There are two types of data collection, primary and secondary. The primary data is collected at the source, therefore it has a more reliable value, whereas secondary data is collected from the second hand data which has been collected by an individual who is not the original user. Therefore this is known as a secondary data, which is quite useful in conducting a research, but it is not a reliable source. Now different tools have been used for data collection. Tools are nothing but the devices and instruments that has been used to collect the data, and these are questionnaire, survey, interview, sampling, observation and schedule. Now we will see all these tools and techniques of data collection one by one. First one is the questionnaire. Now we all know that the questionnaire is the nothing but the list of questions. The questions which we put together so that we can collect the answers from the respondents, and on the basis of that response, on the basis of the answers, we can formulate our data. Therefore, the questionnaire is a process of collecting data through an instrument consisting of a series of questions, and it prompts to receive a response from individuals. Questionnaire, in general, we find that the questionnaire, particularly while collecting a feedback, we have to prepare a questionnaire, and on the basis of that we collect the response from the respondents, that is the person who gives the answer. The questionnaires are designed to collect the data from a group. When we want to collect the data from a large people, then we have to prepare a questionnaire. It is more appropriate to prepare certain questions. These questions can be of three kinds: fixed and alternative, scale based and open ended. Now we'll see more about these kinds of question. What kind of questions have to be formulated in preparing questionnaire? These are the types of questions which is divided into four parts on the basis of the nature of information elicited, on the basis of free response, on the basis of person, about whom information is sought and on the basis of measuring responses. Again, the nature of information is divided into three categories: primary, secondary, and tertiary. The response is divided into two categories: close-ended and open-ended. The persons about whom information is sought is of two kinds: direct and indirect, and the responses is of three kinds: nominal, ordinal, and interval. These are the types of questions which we put to the respondents. And therefore, these are the types of questions, means we have to collect the information, specific information from the respondents. And from the from this table we can understand what kind of question we have to formulate so that we can gather appropriate answers from the respondent. Then another tool of data collection is a survey. Survey is a data collection tool for gathering information from a sample population with the intention of generalizing the results to a larger population. Means we used to conduct a survey so that we can gather information from sample population, means from certain people we want to collect information, and therefore we have to conduct a survey. For example, the survey: how many people have taken a vaccination, how many have taken a Sputnik or Covaxin or Covishield. Such kind of survey can be conducted from the sample population, that is from the defined territory. We can conduct a survey by way of adopting different methods like interview, questionnaire, sampling, telephone survey, by sending emails, kiosk survey, that is on the basis of desk itself we can conduct a survey, and online survey. These are the different methods through which we can conduct our survey. Now this interview and questionnaire are closely related with each other, means we can interview a person and we can extract information by asking certain questions. Then by sampling we can collect samples from the defined population, from the defined territory. Telephone survey is a popular survey when we used to get a telephone call from the customer care where you have satisfied with our service or not, that is nothing but the telephone surveys. Mail in surveys, that is often we used to get email from the service industries, from the service people, that whether you are satisfied with our service or not. They used to ask the feedback or the response. Then kiosk survey means when we used to visit any hospital or a hotel, a restaurant, there is a desk. Desk means a table. On that table itself, the receptionist asks you what kind of help you need, and there itself she collects information. That is a kiosk survey. And online survey means nowadays when we are in the phase of this pandemic, we used to conduct online survey of our students, that whether they are enjoying the lectures or not. This is also a kind of online survey, means anyway we want to collect data from the students or from the population. Then another tool of data collection is an interview. This is a very popular method of collection of data. An interview is a face-to-face conversation between two individuals with the sole purpose of collecting relevant information to satisfy a research problem. But interview is possible where the respondents are few, means we can conduct an interview of few people. But if you want to conduct data from many people or a large population, then the questionnaire is a best method. But if you want a response from a few people, then we can conduct an interview after making a schedule. After taking an appointment, we can conduct an interview. Interview is nothing but a face-to-face conversation, so that a relevant information for the purpose of research collected. Then the types of research are three kinds: structured, semi-structured and unstructured. Structured interview means where already the questions are given to the respondents prepare himself accordingly, and then he comes forward for an interview. That is a structured interview. It is a surface level and usually completed within a short period. When we want to interview a important person or a VIP person, then we have to conduct a structured interview. Then semi-structured interview is conducted, particularly the activist or a person who is playing in the market, that is the market players. For them, the semi-structured interview can be adopted. Here, the key questions are given to the respondents. And in this semi-structure interview, it allows a little more leeway for the researcher to explore the subject matter. Means beyond the boundaries, he can ask the questions. Therefore, this is a semi-structured. And last one is the unstructured, means where you have not formulated any questions or a predetermined questions, and you conduct an interview unstructured. This provides an in-depth interview that allows the researcher to collect a wide range of information from the respondents. If the respondent is ready and willing to give answers to any kind of questions which has been raised by the researcher, then this unstructured interview is possible. Then the different data collection tools are available for interviews, such as audio recorder, digital camera or camcorder. Particularly the journalists or the students of social sciences do conduct re-interviews of the personalities or the scientists, political persons, like that. But for conducting an interview, you must have at least audio recorder or a camcorder, where your both audio and digital can be recorded. Then the sampling technique or the sampling is another important tools of data collection. A sample is a portion of people drawn from a larger population. Sample means a unit or a small portion or a small part which has been drawn from a larger population. Population refers to all those people with the characteristics which the researcher wants to study within the context of a particular research problem. Population means a particular group of people, particular class of people from whom we want to collect information. But it is not always possible to collect information from all this population, and therefore we used to collect a sample from the population. But the sample must have all the representative characteristics of the population. For example, we cannot conduct a research on whole ocean or sea. Therefore, we can collect a sample from the ocean or from the sea. We can collect a sample from the river. We can collect a sample from the group. We can collect a sample from a population. And on that sample, we can conduct a research. And whatever results which we derived from a sample is as good as applicable to the population. For example, the vaccine, the Covaxin or Covishield is given to certain people. It tried on certain samples. Then it was made available to whole population. Therefore, the sampling is very important. While choosing a sample, the researcher must be careful. Sampling, for example, customers in a mall, that is a super mall, workers in a particular factory or a particular industry. We can conduct a research for the benefit of workers or the welfare schemes of the workers, but we cannot conduct an interview of all workers. Then in a representative form we can take certain samples from the population and we can conduct interview or the questionnaire, and we can collect the data from the sample. Then primary two types of samplings are allowed: probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Probability sampling is nothing but every unit of the population which has an equal probability of being selected for the sample. Means the unit or the sample has equal characteristics of the rest of the population. Therefore, this is known as a probability. It has a probably all the chances. It can represent the population, and therefore this is known as probability sampling. It has high degree of representativeness. Means it has all the characteristics, all the features of the population. The sample is as good as a representative of the population. Generally, this probability sampling is conducted in a social science research, in a business research. Then there are 6 forms of probability sampling: simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, systematic sampling, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling, and multi-phase sampling. These are the parts of probability sampling. Now, what is non-probability sampling? Non-probability means the word itself suggests that which has not that much probability or the representative character. Every unit does not get the chance of being selected. Where there is no list of persons to be studied, in such kind of research work, we can conduct a non-probability sampling. Where there is no list of persons to be studied, means there is no particular list is prepared, we can conduct a random sampling. The sampling makes no claim for representativeness. Means it is not that one person is totally agree with another person. Particularly in election and street interviews, this non-probability sampling is available. To conduct a exploratory research, means what is the mood, what is the trend of the society, of the market, we can conduct a non-probability sampling. There are 5 forms of non-probability sampling: convenience, purposive, quota, snowball, and volunteer sampling. Then these types of sampling can be categorized into these 6 forms. The probability sampling is divided into 6 forms: simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, systematic interval, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling, and multi-phase sampling. Friends, will need another video on explaining this sampling method. Then types of observations. The observations can be classified on the basis of certain parts. The types of observations are participant, non-participant, systematic, unsystematic, naive and scientific, structured and unstructured, natural and laboratory, open and hidden, direct and indirect, covert and overt. These are certain types of observation. These are the types which we adopt while conducting our observation method for a data collection. Means these are the different practices which we use for purpose of collection of data. The last one is the schedule. Schedule is the tool or instrument used to collect data from the respondents while interview is conducted. Means we have to prepare a schedule. In this schedule, method of data collection is very much like the data collection through questionnaire. But there is a difference between questionnaire and schedule. The schedule is a pro forma containing a set of questions which are being filled by the enumerators who are specially appointed for that purpose. Means particularly in mall, the students of MBA or market research, they used to collect a feedback from the customers and they themselves fill the questions. This is known as a schedule. This is slightly different from the questionnaire. In questionnaire, the respondent himself fills the question, but in schedule, the person, that is the enumerator or the researcher himself, fills the questionnaire or the feedback, and therefore there is a slight bit difference between schedule and questionnaire. Here you can see the points of difference between questionnaires and schedules. Friends, in this video, I have tried to give you the brief idea about the meaning of research, meaning and need of data collection, tools and techniques of data collection such as questionnaire, survey, interview, sampling, observation and schedule. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching the fundamentals of research, tools and techniques of data collection. If you like the video, please share and subscribe it. Thank you. Thank you very much.